Hi guys, it's Dad Robin again, and you are watching the Super Tolentino Family Channel. And right now, I am just going to give you some information about the basics of life insurance. Okay, a lot of people have messaged me on my phone to make a video for them to understand the basics of life insurance. Just to let you know, guys, I'm also a licensed insurance advisor, and I've been doing this for more than about 4 years in total, right? So I've been enjoying doing it because it is my pleasure to be helping out my fellow Filipinos, or even other Canadians that need assistance with their insurance issues or concerns. So without further ado, I just want to make this so short so that it will be informative, right? So there are two basic types of life insurance. Okay, the two basic types include term and permanent. So basically, term, it is easy to understand. It only covers the insured. It only covers the insured for a certain amount of time or years. That's why it's called term, meaning it actually expires. So an analogy that I can think of is like a piece of pizza pie. Let's say you divide the pizza pie into 8 slices, right? 8 slices. You take, let's say, 1 or 2 slices, and that's the let's say the pizza pie actually represents the remaining years of a person's life, right? So if you're taking only 2 slices from the pizza, it means your the insurance is only covering that certain amount of time or number of years, right? From the insured, I mean. So it means that it's not, the insurance policy is not covering the entire lifetime of the insured. So term insurance means you are covered for a certain amount of time. For example, you're only covered for 1 year, you're only covered for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or up to a certain age like 65, right? So that's what term insurance means. So that's the first type, term insurance. So basically, when the term coverage expires, so it expires after 5 years, 10 years, depending on the term coverage that you actually applied for. So if when that time comes, you are not covered anymore. Let's say you applied, or you have a 1 year term insurance coverage. For 365 days, you are covered. Okay, so anytime that you die within the 365 days, your beneficiary or beneficiaries will get the death benefit. Let's say you were covered for 500,000. So for the for the 365 days, you are covered. If you die, your family or whoever gets let's say 100,000. But if you die on the 366th day, which is more than 1 year, a day after 1 year, your beneficiaries don't get anything when you die, right? Because you are not covered anymore. So that's basically what a term insurance means. You're only covered for a certain number of years. Now, going to the second type of insurance, that is the permanent type. All right, so term, the first one. The second one is permanent. So permanent insurance would cover you permanently, which means for a certain number of years, you will be paying the premiums or the monthly amount, right? So going back to my analogy, the pizza pie analogy. So if you were covered for only a certain number of slices when you only had a term insurance policy, for the permanent insurance, you are covered for your entire life. So the entire pizza is covered, right? So the insurance covers you anytime you die. Okay, let's say you die in when you're like 200 years old, you're still covered. All right, you die 1,000 years from now, you're still covered. All right, so from the time you start paying the premium until you die, you are covered. That's the basics of permanent insurance. Unlike term, only a certain number of years. Permanent, you're covered for your entire lifetime. And there are three kinds of permanent insurance. All right, the first one is called Term 100. Don't get confused. Term 100 is a permanent coverage or permanent insurance. The reason why it's called Term 100 is because you're paying your premium until your age 100, until you're 100 years old. So you're basically covered for the entire lifetime, but you are paying the premium till you're 100 years old. That's a lot, right? Well, you see, because at age 90 or 65 or 85, you're still paying and you're thinking, oh, there's still a few more years before you complete this paying up this policy. The second type of permanent insurance is called universal life or insured retirement plan. This is a very complex type of permanent insurance. I'm using quotes because it is a kind of permanent insurance, or it is a kind of like a term insurance hiding in the guise of a permanent insurance. Why do I say that? It's gonna take a different video. I'm gonna make a different video about universal life or IRP, because yeah, the reason why I'm saying it's really a term insurance because the insurance coverage that you're getting from a universal life is a yearly renewable term, YRT, which means every time you put in money every month, a certain amount goes to the insurance policy or the insurance coverage. But every year, that insurance premium actually increases, but you won't feel that because you're still paying the same amount, right, of a premium. Let's say you start paying $100 a month, and so a certain amount would go to your insurance coverage, which is yearly renewable term, and a certain amount will go to investments, and then of course a certain amount will go to management fees, right? I will discuss that some other day, but that is the second type of permanent insurance. You are covered permanently, or you will be covered permanently if you will put in a lot of money, if you will fund it, maximally fund it. All right, if you're only doing minimum funding or minimum premiums a month, the tendency is the policy will lapse very soon, right? And then at the end, you won't have any coverage at all. So it's a very complex, very complicated type of insurance. It's flexible, but then it's very complex. I'll discuss that in one video, in a separate video. The third type of permanent insurance, so again, term, permanent, and I'm on my third type of permanent insurance. Third type would be the whole life. So as the word or the term implies, it just covers you for your whole life, right? So if you die at 80 years old, your beneficiaries get your life insurance death benefit. If you die 2,000 years from now, you're still covered. So basically, whole life covers you your entire lifetime. So there would be different uses, of course, for all the kinds of insurance, right? Insurance plans, and I will discuss that also in another video, in a separate video, because yeah, all I wanted to provide you guys is information about the two types of insurance. Again, term, it only covers a certain number of years, it's not permanent. Second would be the permanent, which will cover you for your entire lifetime. The term 100 will cover you for your entire lifetime, but you are paying until you're 100 years old. The, the universal life or insured retirement plan will cover you for your entire lifetime too, permanently, if you will put in a lot of money. But paying up only $200 a month, that won't be enough to sustain the policy, otherwise it will lapse. All right. And then the third type of permanent is the whole life, which was the one I just discussed a while ago. So it will cover you for life, and the insurance, the premiums or the monthly premiums will have an end to it. Let's say you're paying for the entire policy for just 10 years or 20 years, and then that's the end of it. You won't be paying any more premiums. Unlike term 100 up to 100 and insured retirement plans or the universal life, you're paying every year because it's yearly renewable term. You will be paying every year for the rest of your life. All right, unless there's a lot of money in the investment side, which will I discuss, as I've said, in another video, because that's a very, very complicated type of permanent insurance. Well, if you have any questions, you can comment down below. And again, guys, thank you for watching and for being patient with all our videos, and I hope you guys subscribe. And if you have any questions, again, you can message me here. And to my friends on Facebook, if you have any questions, you can of course message me on Facebook Messenger. All right, guys, you have a great day. Stay safe out there and stay happy, think positive, and God bless us all. Bye.